In a quiet little town nestled between rolling green hills, there lived a young boy named Liam. Liam had a curious mind and a kind heart, but he often found himself feeling unhappy. Every day, as he walked to school, he would see kids with new toys, fancy clothes, and the latest gadgets. He wondered why he didn't have those things and why his life felt so ordinary. Liam lived with his grandfather, Mr. Henry, in a small, cozy house filled with books, plants, and the sweet smell of freshly baked bread. Mr. Henry was a wise old man who always knew how to cheer Liam up. But lately, Liam had been quiet, lost in thoughts of what he didn't have. One sunny afternoon, as they sat on the porch, Mr. Henry noticed Liam staring at the kids playing across the street. He gently asked, "What's on your mind, Liam?" Liam sighed. "I just wish my life was better. I wish I had all the cool things the other kids have. Sometimes, I feel like my life isn't special at all." Mr. Henry smiled kindly and said, "Would you like to go on a little adventure with me tomorrow?" Liam's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "An adventure? Where?" "You'll see," Mr. Henry replied with a wink. The next morning, they packed a simple lunch and set off on a walk through the town. They stopped first at the bakery, where Mrs. Rose was kneading dough. "Good morning, Mrs. Rose," Mr. Henry greeted her. "Can we ask you something? What makes you happy?" Mrs. Rose smiled warmly. "Oh, it is the little things like the smell of fresh bread in the morning and seeing the smiles on people's faces when they taste my pastries." They thanked Mrs. Rose and continued to the park, where they found Mr. Tom, the town's gardener, watering colorful flowers. "Mr. Tom," Mr. Henry called out, "what makes you happy?" Mr. Tom chuckled. "I love watching the flowers bloom. Knowing that my work brings beauty to the park makes me feel proud." Finally, they visited the animal shelter, where a young girl named Mia was playing with a group of puppies. "Mia," Mr. Henry asked, "what makes you happy?" Mia looked up, her face glowing. "Taking care of these animals and finding them loving homes makes me really happy." As they walked back home, Mr. Henry turned to Liam and asked, "What did you notice about what they all said?" Liam thought for a moment and replied, "They all talked about simple things, things that make them feel good inside, not about toys or gadgets." Mr. Henry nodded. "Exactly. Happiness isn't about having the fanciest things. It's about finding joy in the little moments and appreciating what you have." Liam was quiet, but this time he wasn't sad. He realized that even though he didn't have the latest toys, he had a loving grandfather, a cozy home, and a town full of kind people. He also remembered how happy he felt when he helped Mr. Henry in the garden or read stories to his neighbors. From that day on, Liam stopped comparing his life to others. He learned to see the beauty in his own world, the bright flowers in the garden, the laughter of his friends, and the warmth of his grandfather's stories. He realized that life didn't need to be perfect to be wonderful. Moral of the story: don't hate your life because it doesn't look like someone else's. Happiness is hidden in simple moments and the love around you. Sometimes you just need to open your eyes and see it.
Vocabulary words and their meanings. Curious meaning. Eager to learn or know more. Example. Sentence. Liam was curious about the adventure his grandfather planned. Cozy. Meaning. Warm, comfortable, and pleasant. Example. Sentence. Liam loved reading books in his cozy little room. Adventure meaning, an exciting journey or experience. Example. Sentence. Liam couldn't wait to go on an adventure with his grandfather. Appreciate, meaning, to understand the value of something and be thankful for it. Example. Sentence. Liam learned to appreciate the small joys in his life. Proud, meaning, feeling happy and satisfied because of something you did well. Example. Sentence. Mr. Tom felt proud of the beautiful flowers in the park. Bloom, meaning, when flowers open up and show their beauty. Example. Sentence. Liam loved watching the sunflowers bloom in the garden. Compare, meaning, to look at how two or more things are similar or different. Example. Sentence. Liam used to compare his toys to the ones his friends had. Happiness, meaning, a feeling of great joy and contentment. Example. Sentence. Liam discovered that happiness comes from simple moments.